Wana washe, 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 wana washe. Wana washe, 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 wana washe. Aho shinawana hunata, aho shinawana. Hey, Walking Crow here for the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. It's a beautiful Sunday. It's full moon Sunday, full grandmother moon Sunday. Let's honor her today. Grandfather sun is flying high in the sky right now. He came up early today, and I came out to make drums early with him, and I just finished about maybe an hour ago. And all the children, all of the rebirth medicines are drying. We don't play medicines as they're drying. We let them dry and let them become and let them come into their vibration, their higher vibration, their higher self, their rebirth self, their reincarnated self. The tree and the animal. This morning I have two 18-inch horse medicines, one 20-inch horse medicine, and two 16-inch buffalo hide medicines, and they are all beautiful children. I am so honored and proud that they chose me to bring them into this new beginning. By the way, today is the 15th, right? And 1 in 6 is a temporary opportunity. 1 in 5 is 6, and that's a temporary opportunity. I made 5 drums, and that is freedom. Number 5 is a number of freedom. I'm happy this morning, but I'm going to continue on something that I touched on yesterday. Some people got a little bent yesterday because I made a comment about crystals. I don't use crystals in my healings. You can do whatever you want. That's none of my business. What I do is my business. So if you get butthurt about what I do, not my circus, not my monkey. If you get bothered by what I say about how I conduct myself and how I do things, too bad. When I was in Los Angeles and I came into my walk, I came into my ceremonial lodge, the Inipi, my elders, my teachers, more of my teachers. And they taught me lots of things. I was in my 50s, so I knew a lot, but I didn't know enough. There's a lot of things I don't know. I've never known my people, the Tarahumara, the Perepeche, the Chichimeca. I've never met them except for my immediate family and cousins and stuff, but I've never been trained by them. Everything that I do and talk about is downloaded to me by the guides and the spirits, Great Spirit, Great Mother, and the power of the medicine wheel, the 4 directions, the homitakwasi, and all my relations. I listen. I don't ignore. I don't fight. I don't take somebody else's practices and make use of them. The practices that I do, that I create, came from inside, came from the universe, the stars. Aho. The Tarahumara, my grandfather, my mom's father's people, say this: we are 5-pointed stars and we have come down to the earth. I am a 5-pointed star and I live on earth. Aho. Aho. I had a man here making drums with me, Mario Hernandez, on day before yesterday. No, yesterday. With his son, he brought his 15-year-old son. Aho. 1 in 5 is 6. He had a temporary opportunity to see what medicine looks like because he doesn't know his people in Mexico. His father was left his people in Mexico and doesn't know the language and doesn't know the traditions. So he lost that. So yesterday he told me he's calling his father, and he took some of my songs and he's asking his father how to sing those songs in their traditional language. Aho. And the songs that I sing aren't my traditional language, I say, but that's not true because they come from the ancient ones and they're ancient songs. And why is it that I sing those songs? There are many songs that I sing. Wana washe, wana washe, wana washe, wana washe. Let go of the past. It no longer serves. Let go of the past. It no longer serves. Let go of the past. It no longer serves. If you're a practicing spiritual person and you're pointing the finger and you're fighting with people and you're judging them and this and that and you're finding fault, let go of the past, dude. Chick, whatever, woman. Let go of the past. You're still fighting yourself. Trying to find your way is hard. Just because you buy a rattle or a crystal or a drum or whatever you buy in the store or wherever you get it from doesn't mean that you know anything yet. It means that you're willing to maybe learn something. But learning something isn't something you learn on your own. Learning is a process of listening here, right? Here, H-E-A-R, listening. This is here. There's no listening here. This is ether. This is listening. This is paying attention. Aho. This is oyato. Listen. Listen with your heart. Aho. So my elders taught me a lot in the lodge. They taught me how to pay attention to ceremony, to their ceremony. It wasn't my ceremony. I was invited in. They asked me to pay attention to what the elders, the ancestors were saying as they brought in the hot rocks from the fire and they poured the water and they spoke to us and we listened and I looked, you could see the hot embers on the rocks and the steam would come up and it was hot and it was sweaty. They were speaking to my soul. They were speaking to my ancientness. They were speaking to my heart, and I listened and I paid attention. And my elders said, when you don't have ceremony, you carry ceremony with you. Walking Crow has been doing that since September 2017 when he came to Sedona. Aho. Before that, I didn't carry ceremony. Where did that come from? Well, it came from the tradition of learning from my elders and listening, paying attention. Aho. But it came more so when I came to Sedona, and I just didn't get on the trail because I got to get in a hike, and it's Sedona. I didn't get a off-road vehicle. I didn't come and do some sort of ceremony with drum or bowls or all kinds of stuff. No. What I did was I came down the 40. 40 is a number of purification in the Bible. The Christ consciousness went out into the wild, into the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. And 40 is a number of purification. 40 is the master number, the four-legged, aho, protector, aho. This is my teaching. This isn't necessarily a native teaching. This is what the guides have given me to speak, aho. So, 40 is purification. Oh, I come down the 40, I come through the canyon on the 89A, and I come into Sedona, and all its magnificence. It's just impressive. It's hot. I've been driving all day. I come in, I see the Arabella because that's where we're staying. I drive right past, way past Sacred Elements on the 79, and I made a left. I don't know where. I don't even remember where. I went into a canyon, got out of my car, got my drum, got my medicine bag, and I sat down on the earth in the hot sun, and I took out my tobacco, I took out my sage, I took out my pipe, I took out my drum, I took out my rattle, and I gave thanks for allowing me to come here, because I had never heard of Sedona before. I had never been here before. Oh. Not only that, when I started to rattle and sing, or drum and sing, excuse me, because I rattle too, I started to cry because I was singing the Shumash welcome song. It was the only song I knew at the time. How does that go? Hey, 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 on you. 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 I sang that song and I started to cry because it was the first song I learned in Lodge. And I stopped singing. I apologized to the guides and I said, I'm sorry, but this is the only song that I know. It's the Shumash welcome song, which are the coastal people of California, Central California. San Ynez, Santa Barbara area, down into Los Angeles, up in north toward San Francisco. And what they said was, thank you. Okay? So I was in tears. So I continued to sing, and I smoked the pipe, and I offered tobacco to the four directions and Mother Earth. And then, and only then, I went to the hotel. Aho. And what happened then was, it was problematic at the hotel because, you know, I didn't have a room that was ready, and the room that was gotten for me was booked for me, and there was a lot of confusion. But that's what happens in a place like Sedona. Confusion will come. How do I handle the confusion? I've already done ceremony. I'm already honoring. Continue to honor and be still in thought. Be still inside and know that Creator is. Aho, shinawana honata. Aho, shinawana aho. Either Creator is or He isn't. There's no middle ground. Aho, and to me, He, she, it is. Aho. So the first ceremony I did was here in Sedona. I honored Sedona first, not knowing her, but I was taught by my elders, you honor first. There's a gentleman online, I can't remember his name. He has a retreat center in northern San Diego County. Deepak Chopra, that's him. I was reading a book and he was talking about when you go to somebody's house. Now, I'm not a follower of Deepak Chopra, but he says some pretty wise things, despite what anybody thinks of him. He said them to me. He says, when you go to see somebody, you take them a gift. You take them a bouquet of roses. You take them a flower. You take them a bottle of wine. You take them a prayer. You take them sage. When I go to somebody's house, I take a bundle of sage that I harvested. I didn't go up to Crystal Magic or wherever they buy stuff. I'm sorry, I'm not dissing Crystal Magic or wherever they sell that stuff in Sedona and buy it and then go, no, I harvest it, I tied it, it has the shape of my hand, aho, my energy in it, I receive the energy back, and I gave it to that person in good health, aho. I was just at Black Panther, the new place, Fifi's place that opened up yesterday in Sedona, and I walked in and I presented her with sage. It was still wet, it was still damp, it hadn't finished drying yet. She was grateful for the gift. She thanked me for the gift. I walked in, yes, to get something, to buy a coffee, to honor her new business, but I also gave her a gift. Am I special? Am I bragging? No, it's what I do. It's my way. It's what my teachers taught me. Do you make stuff up? Do you parrot what other people say? You know, your friends or what other people say in their whatever medicine, whatever it is they're doing. Do you parrot them, or do you listen to your quiet self and birth information and birth songs and birth the way to play the drum or the rattle? Did you hear how I play the rattle? This is not medicine. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? This kind of sound came from Hollywood, from the movies. Not native. Oh, not indigenous. Sorry, not sorry. But a lot of people use that, and they don't know why. They don't know where it came from. They only know they like it. No, I talked yesterday about teaching how to drum, and I just burnt this drum, by the way. I just burnt this. I would play this, but I don't play wet drums. It's still wet. Look how beautiful that is. That is a horse. So I just burnt that drum. When I drum, I sing, I ebb and flow back and forth between the rattle and the drum and my voice, and you hear it in the tempo of the drum changes, the tempo of my voice changes, and then I speed up and then I slow down, and then I elongate notes and words, because that's how the guides have me do it. I don't know how anybody else does anything, and it's really not my place to judge them. It's not my place. It's only my place to teach you what it is I do if you're wanting to know, if you're willing to learn. And if you're willing to learn how to drum properly without Hollywood drumming, and be in your medicine and create your own rhythms and your own pattern of singing, your own songs, I can teach you songs that were downloaded to me. They're not my songs. They were downloaded to me, although I received them. I will share those songs with you. I will share drumming with you and how I drum and how you can drum. I can share how you to rattle. You know, when I do ceremony, I don't use recorded music. I don't even use a microphone. I just sing. I drum. And the people, I walk around the room and rotate around so people can feel the power of the drum. They can be cleared by the rattle with the monkey bind, and they hear my voice and they are touched deeply, and they don't know why. I know why, because that's what happened to me. So we don't throw ashes in the trash. We don't just willy-nilly treat those kinds of things, these ashes. See, these are ashes right there. They're in the shell. They go into the sacred water. They go onto the land. We close the portal. I close the portal. And my friend Angela Jean reminded me of that earlier. We don't throw it. When you throw those things in the trash, the portal is still open. Ceremony is not closed. And if you have an assistant or you're the person who's doing ceremony, never mind you. I have a responsibility to make sure that gets done properly. No, my friend Phaedra taught a young man that she worked with his mom. After a ceremony at Tribe Wellness, he would take the ashes and he would go outside and say a prayer and offer them to the tree that was down in the courtyard. That closing ceremony. She made sure that it was done. He made sure that his responsibility was taken care of for her. She was responsible for him, and he was responsible for her, and they were both became duality. The pillars, the mirrors, responsible to each other in that ending of the ceremony, closing of the portal, closing of the ceremony. If you don't know how to do those things and you want to learn, reach out to me. I'm not saying what I do is perfect, and I'm not saying what I do is necessarily indigenous or native. I'm not. But that's what I've been taught by the Spirit. That's what I've been taught by listening. That's what I've been taught by my elders who were Tarahumara, who were Apache, who were Yaqui, who were from all over the Americas. They were nations from all over, and they taught me, and I was willing to listen because I have 4 nations in my blood. Now, I have more than that, but the 3 primaries are Tarahumara, Purepeche, and Chichimeca. Anyways, remember to close your ceremony properly. Remember to dispose of the tobacco and the ashes properly. Here on my table, there's tobacco that falls out of the drum when they're drying. So I brush it across the table to the sacred water, which is to my right. Or I put it in the garden and I say a prayer and I thank the medicines. I thank all my relations. I thank all my brothers and sisters. The plant medicines are brothers and sisters. The rocks are brothers and sisters. The ashes are brothers and sisters. Am I talking too much? Tell me. Tell me if I'm talking too much. But this is important stuff. It's important for me. Sedona is not a place to come and trash. This was an altar. It is an altar for the peoples, for the Mayans, for the anybody, any of the nations that lived in the area south of here, north of here, west of here, east of here, in the four directions. This was their altar, and it's being trashed by pioneers and motor vehicles and overpopulation and selfishness and all kinds of things, and it's really sad to watch. It's really sad. I'm not saying everybody's doing that, but anybody who lives in Sedona is watching what's happening. I mean, if I want to go to Sedona proper right now into town, it's going to take me 45 minutes or an hour, and it's a 6-minute ride. That's just the way it is. You know, I don't complain about it. I am aware of it. I acknowledge it. And that's why I bought an e-bike. So I take the bike lane if I got to go, and it'll take me 15 minutes and not a half an hour or an hour. Anyways, I love you guys. And this is not about admonishing. This is about poking you a little bit in the chest, in your heart, in your thought, in your mind, and asking you to pay attention and walk in the way of beauty and walk in the way of balance. Can you, will you, do you? Do I? I don't know. Only you know that. And I guess I do know that to a degree, but I don't watch myself under a microscope. I don't need to. I don't need to. I made a mistake one time talking about something on the air when I had my radio show that I heard in my lodge. And guess what? I was a water pourer in my lodge, and my elders took me to task and took away that authority of pouring water, that blessing, that honor of pouring water in the lodge for other men and for the ancient ones. I was ashamed, but I learned from that, and they never gave me that responsibility again. I am responsible for my responsibility. I am responsible for many things, and I'm extremely responsible for how I do things in the beauty way, in the balanced way. Whether other people do or don't is not my business, but if you want to learn how to, I can help you. Or I can point you in the direction. I want to thank everybody. I made these beautiful drums today, and oh my God, there are 2 18-inch horse, 1 20-inch horse, 2 16-inch buffalo, and they're so beautiful. Today, the day of the grandmother full moon later on, and at sunrise with grandfather's son, and the eclipse is happening tonight, and the blood moon, and I made a drum with a hematoma on it, actually 2 drums, and it's got blood splatter that you can barely see where the animal was injured in that place on the hind, and for me, that creates balance between me and grandmother moon. By the way, if you don't know, what does the full moon signify? The full moon signifies emotion, the ocean, Emocean. Did you hear what I said? Emocean, emotion, the ocean, darkness. It also signifies, more than anything, endings. What do you want to end today, tonight? What do you want to end? How do you want to come to the end of this term, or the end of term of whatever you've been carrying on your back, in your broken heart, in your soul, and you don't know how to do anything about it, whether it's your isms, whether it's your anger, whether it's your hurt, whether it's the disease that's manifested because of anger, because of hate, because of sadness. You know, we get sick for particular reasons, and it's all emotional. It's not about the mind, it's about the body, because we live in air, we live in fire, water, and earth. We don't live in ether. Those that live in ether, you know who they are. Anyways, so if you're in Sedona proper, or if you're in the village, or Cottonwood, Verde Valley, or Camp Verde, or Cottonwood, or wherever in the area, Flagstaff, at 6:30 tonight at my home at the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Studio, I am holding ceremony for the full grandmother blood moon, and eclipse, So Put your intentions together of what you would like to let go. Put your intentions forward in what you would like to learn and receive in a different way. And not from parroting back and forth and watching YouTube videos and things. No, but in a proper way, in proper surroundings, with proper beginnings and proper endings. Oh, what does that mean? What does that mean? Eric Clapton says the best guitar solo has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And that's it. And that's all. So tonight at 6:30 at 75 Chaparral Drive, Unit A downstairs in the village of Oak Creek at the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Studios with Walking Crow. It's on my calendar, on my Facebook page. It's on my Facebook page. If you want to go, it's by donation, so you don't have to give money, but if your heart is moved, please, I ask for a donation. If you would like to bring, I don't know, tobacco. The tobacco stores close at 5 or 6. Bring an offering. Bring something, not just to receive, but to give and exchange the energies. Exchange the energies. Exchange the energies. I am so honored that the guides and the heavens chose me for this task, for what it is that I do. I'm so grateful and I'm blessed, and I'm honored, and I want to honor you. My name is Walking Crow, and this is a transformational sacred drum medicine. And I opened the portal with sage. I didn't smoke the pipe, but I'm going to close the portal with sage. Smudge you aho. And I'm going to sing Oa-E. Oa-E, 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 Oa-E. I am joy. I am love. I am spirit and I am light. Oa-E, 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 Oa-E. You are joy. You are love. You are spirit and you are light. And Oa-E, 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 Oa-E. We are joy. We are love. We are spirit. And we are light. Oa-E. I am joy. I am love. I am spirit and I am light. Oa-E, 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 Oa-E. You are joy. You are love. You are spirit and you are light. O-Y-A. Whoops, I said that backwards. O-Y-A, 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 O-Y-A. We are joy. We are love. We are spirit and we are light. I ask that you would listen to those songs and learn them if you would like. If I would ask that you listen to those songs and drum them, rattle them. I would ask that you listen to those songs and take them in like a cold glass of water or a warm cup of coffee or a juice or whatever it is you put into your body. And I would ask that you take those songs and share them with your brothers and sisters across the land who don't have songs. I am willing to give that because I give much because much is giving to Walking Crow, Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine, and I am honored deeply. I hope have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful full moon, full grandmother moon Sunday. I hope, and be blessed by the eclipse and by the blood moon. I hope. Take care now.